Stephanie, are you busy today? Can I have a minute?
Good morning, Natalie. It's my day off.
Then you can come over to my place. I have some things we need to talk about.
Oh, I'd love to come right away, but I have a lot of chores to do today. I've been very busy at work for the past few days. Can I finish them first?
You have that much piling up? That's what happens when you don't do it every day.
I just happened to have a couple of busy days this week.
That's just an excuse. Well, if you're in such a condition, then let me tell you now.
What's going on?
I got a call from a friend the other day. She said she's having a hard time with her new grandbaby. It costs a lot of money, and she has to take care of the baby on behalf of the mother who is tired and sleeping. She says she has reached her limit physically.
Oh.
After listening to her story, I thought to myself, when will I get to meet my grandchild? You've been married for 5 years now, right? I think it's about time.
We've only been married for 3 years, and your friend was talking about how difficult it is to have a grandchild, right? So, aren't you worried?
I'm sure it would be tough if I have one, but you can't wait forever, can't you? I would reach my physical limit too. That's why I think the sooner the better.
I think I've said this before with Tim, but as for a child, I'm thinking of saving up a little more first.
Oh, you think it's because Tim doesn't make enough money? Is that why you can't save money?
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying that, like you mentioned too, it's going to cost a lot of money, so I want to be prepared. I don't want to raise a child while worrying about money.
But if we take it too easy, won't it be too late and too hard? You're taking a risk if you're going to have a baby at an older age. How old are you now, Stephanie?
I'm 25 this year.
Right? There are a lot of young mothers these days, so I think it's time to have one. It's easier to raise children when you are young.
We have discussed the risks too, so we should be fine. Besides, they say that children are a gift, so I don't think there's any point in being in a rush. So please take it easy and wait.
If you keep talking like that, I won't be able to hold a baby in my arms forever.
But I'm not having a baby for you.
I know that, but I don't think you should keep saying work, work, work. I think it's time for you to become a housewife and get ready to have a baby.
That's why I'm discussing such matters with Tim. You don't need to worry about that. I'm also thinking about the future.
You're talking about it as a couple and keeping me away, aren't you? I'm the one who's worried about you.
What are you saying? That's not true.
Okay, if you say so, I have a plan.
A plan?
Yes. Well, that's all I wanted to say. Don't let the chores pile up.
Yes, I'll keep up my pace. Tim has asked me to tell him if his mother says anything, so I send a message during lunch break. Tim, are you already on your break?
I'm just about to go out for lunch. What's up? If you're asking for dinner tonight, I feel like having a warm chicken dish.
Okay, copy that. I'll go buy some later.
It's unusual for you to go grocery shopping around this time of day. You usually finish all your chores and shopping in the morning and then relax in the afternoon. What happened?
Oh, yeah, about that. I heard from your mother again.
Again? What did she say this time?
The usual kid thing. It seems like she saw her friend's grandchild. It was a lot longer than usual. I can understand why she wants grandchildren, but it's kind of depressing.
Again. I always tell her about that every time. Well, I'm sure she misses it too.
I know well enough.
As for me, I don't mind having kids. I'd like to have one someday, so...
That's true, but if we have a baby, we have to make ends meet only with your salary, you know? and it'll take a few years for me to go back to work.
I know, but I think we can manage somehow.
We can work it out, but you said you wanted to buy a house too. Considering that, we'll have to save up some more money. If we can't manage, we're screwed. If we lower the standard of living, we may be able to manage though.
How much? Will it be much different from now?
I already told you, don't go eat out even once a week, and I make lunchbox every day. Also, cut back on sending money to your mother. If we do all that, I think we'll be fine.
Well, that's tough.
Right? I'd like to talk to her. I don't want her to tell me every time.
Right. I'll stop by at her house on my way home tonight and talk to her.
I'm sorry. Thanks. I feel bad for you.
Well, it's about my mom. In return, make me a nice chicken dish.
Leave it to me. I'll put all my skills into it.
Thanks, but we have to think a little more about the kids too. She keeps nagging you, but in one way, she's right. Let's talk about it again.
I understand. I just don't want her to interfere in such a sensitive manner. It makes me depressed.
You're right. Well, I'm almost done with my break.
Sorry to interrupt your break. After that day, Tim started to drop by at his parents' house on his way home from work more and more often. When I asked him why, he told me that his mother seemed to be suffering from menopause or early dementia, so he was checking on her. It was all of a sudden, so I thought it was strange. He said he wanted to take care of her, so I decided to leave it to him. And then, I didn't receive messages from her, and peace returned to our lives, but...
Stephanie, I haven't heard from you recently. How's your life?
Hi, it's been a while. Things have been going on as usual here. How are you feeling? I'm worried about you.
You don't have to worry about me. Hey, what about the baby? Not yet? I thought it might be better if I didn't contact you for a while, so I've been refraining. When are you going to have one? Haven't you saved up enough money by now?
We talked about that children are a gift. I've been thinking about it with Tim, including money. You don't have to worry.
Money is something that can be managed. You have no will, so that's why you can't have one. Then there's no point in waiting.
That's not true. I do want to have children too.
Do you? You don't seem so. You're always making excuses.
That's not nice of you to say that.
Some people become mothers in their teens. Stephanie, you're already 26 years old. You won't be able to have babies soon. I'm also saying that I'm worried about your body.
I am fine.
If you don't make a grandchild anytime soon, I'll have to think about the future because I can't let this family die out. Give me a grandchild soon.
Huh? What do you mean?
Tim is the only child, and if you don't have a child, our family will come to the end. If that's the case, you know what's going to happen.
What happens?
I have to ask you to consider divorcing Tim because we need a son and heir.
If I don't have children, I should get divorced?
Generally speaking, you know. I'm just talking about plan B. Of course, I'd like to meet the child born to Tim and you.
You don't have to make up such a pretense. But now I know what you really think. I'll discuss it with Tim.
Stephanie, did I offend you? I didn't mean it that way. I was just making a general comment. Don't take it personally.
Okay, well then. That night, I showed Tim the messages with his mother when he came home and asked him what he thought about it. He yelled at me that I should talk to him later because he was tired and went into the bedroom. He was clearly not the same as before. The next day, I had a day off from work, so I went to Natalie's house to talk to her directly. When I rang the doorbell, a young woman whom I have never seen before, came out with a quizzical look on her face. Natalie, I'd like to ask you something.
Oh, Stephanie, are you off work today? What did you want to ask me?
Well, I had to take a day off because it's an emergency.
Emergency? What's going on? I'm busy too.
Is something wrong?
It's my problem, so no need to worry. And what is it you want to ask me?
Right. It's about divorcing Tim. I thought we should talk about it properly.
Oh, that? I was just joking. Well, if you say you're divorcing him because you can't have children and take the responsibility, that's a different story though. If that's the case, then I'll take my time and listen to you.
I told you again and again, it's not that we can't have kids. It's just that I don't think it is the right time for that.
Either way, if you don't have kids, it's the same. At least, it's the same for me.
Well, yes. And this divorce thing, by any chance, is it because you're expecting a grandchild from someone else?
Huh? What are you talking about? There's no way. What is it all of a sudden?
Right. There's no way that's true. There's no way that you secretly made another wife and kept her here, right?
What are you saying? You have a great imagination, don't you?
Moreover, that wife is Tim's common-law wife, and he lied to her that he doesn't have a wife and made a child, right? How terrible is it?
Hey, Stephanie, what are you talking about? Something is wrong with you.
The person who came as a helper got along with Tim, so you treated me as if I already divorced him. Wow.
Wait a minute. How do you know?
I actually visited you today, and then an unknown woman came out and we had a chat.
Where are you now?
Why would I tell you? Natalie, do you know what you're doing?
No, I didn't mean it like that. I just, I've always told you I wanted a grandchild, right? You know what I mean.
I don't understand. It seems like you are a joint tortfeasor. You might be sued for fraud later. You lied about Tim being single.
Joint tortfeasor? Fraud? That's...
Don't worry, Natalie.
Huh?
I'll get divorced so you can keep the next person.
Stephanie, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to...
I said, you don't have to worry about it. I'm just going to ask for compensation. Oh, that girl who lives with you, she's also planning to demand you, so you need to pay the two of us. That's a lot of money, isn't it?
That's impossible. Hey, Stephanie.
I blocked Natalie's number and immediately sent a message to Tim. Hi, is it the time to take a break now?
Hi, I'm on my way to eat out. Oh, wait. I think I got a call from Mom. I'll talk to you later.
Don't worry. I'm sure it's about the same thing as mine. It's about the divorce.
Divorce? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
You were visiting your mother and having an affair there, right? You lied to a girl that you were single.
How did you...
She was your mother's helper, huh? How sneaky. I was shocked when I found out.
Hey, what are you talking about all of a sudden? It's a misunderstanding. I think you're misunderstanding something.
What were you going to do? She's pregnant. Were you planning to divorce me and remarry her?
No, not like that. She accidentally got pregnant.
I knew it. So what were you planning?
She was just a concubine.
A concubine?
I needed a son and heir. Don't worry, you're my real wife.
Are you stupid?
Hey, we still need an heir, a child to take over the family. Isn't that what Mom said? But you didn't seem to want to have one, so I had no choice.
Whether you had no choice or not, Cheating is still cheating. There's no way I can be with someone like that. To be honest, I don't even want to see your face. So let's get divorced.
But if we do that, the concubine will become my real wife. Is that okay for you? As for me, everything will work out, so it's fine.
Yes, I'm fine with that, but I will demand you compensation.
Huh? Seriously? I don't like that idea. I don't have any money.
Huh? Seriously? Of course you have to. Are you and your mother both idiots?
Hey, I feel bad for you, but I think it's better to celebrate our new beginning by not demanding the compensation and we break up. You could at least congratulate me a little for having an heir.
What are you talking nonsense? Think about the common sense. Of course I'll demand you.
The child is innocent, right? Don't you feel sorry for that child? It leads to his future too.
You know what, Tim? I'll tell you something, since you seem to have misunderstood. The concubine you're talking about, I'm with her now.
Huh? What? What are you doing?
What am I doing? We're going to fight together against you and your mother, so it's only natural that we are together. She and I are both victims, and she's pregnant. I have to protect her.
No, wait. What the hell is going on?
I went to your parents' house, met this girl, understood the situation, and saved her. We are ready to fight together in anger at being tricked by you and your mother. Long story short.
So you both know the whole story about this case?
Of course we do. She told me everything. Too late. I already talked to your mother, so I'm sure that call was about this case.
Oh God, I don't know what's going to happen to me.
Well, you guys will probably both end up with paying the compensation. You'll have to pay for your sins.
Oh no, I'll change my mind, so let's start over again.
Of course I can't accept that convenient request. I'll never forgive you and your mother.
Stephanie, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please. I'll apologize as many times as I have to. So please forgive me.
No. No matter how I think about it, it's impossible. Nobody can accept it. Well then, I'll have my lawyer call you with the details. Of course, I had a lawyer to make both of them pay us a huge amount of money for compensation. It wasn't our fault in any way, so it was only natural. By the way, the girl who was at Natalie's house is called Kate. When she went to pick up something she had forgotten, she told me that Kate yelled all the grudge and complaint at her. So she argued with her in a loud voice at the front door. Of course, the neighbors could hear her voice, so this story has spread to everyone. As a result, the neighbors call them the palace of a fake lord.
How was this month, Estella? I'm hoping for good news. To be honest, I'd like to hear from you before I ask you like this. Well, I don't care either way at this point as long as you give me good news. Good morning, Phoebe. What are you talking about? What do you mean by good news? Stop fooling me around. I was asking if you're pregnant or not. As I told you before, I understand that you're looking forward to it, but me and Jared will decide on the matter together. So for now, could you please watch over us? That's why I'm watching over you like this. I'm not your enemy. What's wrong with me watching over you every month and waiting for you to give me the good news? Because I want to know as soon as possible. It's my first grandchild. I'm going to be a grandmother, remember? Of course, I can't wait to hear that you're pregnant. I understand your feelings, but we have our own ideas and our own pace, and I don't want you to put pressure on me and Jared. I'm not trying to be mean, Estella. I'm just looking forward to it. I'd prefer a boy if possible, but I'm okay with a girl at first. They said that it's better to have a girl first. Anyway, I'll babysit your child, so don't worry about that. Phoebe, I think you're expecting that too soon. We won't know the sex until I get pregnant.
Besides, whether or not we'll have 2 kids, we haven't decided about that yet. You're still 25. You can easily have 2 kids, can't you? Do it while you're still young. With Jared's salary, you should have no financial problems. So what are you waiting for? You have nothing to worry about. It's going to be the first child for both of us. That's why I want to talk it over with my husband and make a careful decision. You're a bit too optimistic, aren't you? You've been married for a year now, so I think it's time to get pregnant with your first child. Excuse me for cutting this conversation, but I need to go out right now, so let me stop here for now. Oh, I see. I still have a lot more to say to you. Anyway, let's have a proper discussion later then. With Jared's participation, of course. We'll have a long talk then, and you won't be able to escape. Oh my! What are you going to do with such passivity? Now that you're married, you have to be more proactive. You were trying to surprise me, weren't you? If so, it was a big success. But if you're pregnant, you better tell me. What? No, I don't have any good news for you yet. Oh my God! Our neighbor, Miss Adams, saw you go into the obstetrics and gynecology clinic. Don't hide it. Tell me, you're pregnant, aren't you? Well, obstetrics and gynecology is a place for non-pregnant women as well. I hate to say it, but that's a misunderstanding. I don't want you to make assumptions based on eyewitness information alone. What? Then what is it? I'm sorry. I'll switch with Jared. Estella, I'm not finished talking with you. Say it from your mouth.
Mother, it's me, Jared.
Estella and I were just having an important conversation.
Don't worry, she's sitting next to me. But since you're being so forceful, it seemed better if I spoke first. So we switched.
Oh no, something serious? I'm getting nervous here.
Actually, we're in the middle of fertility treatment.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. So that means Estella is infertile. Oh my God, that's terrible. Why did you marry such a person, Jared? What should we do then? Oh, now I finally understood the situation. That's why Estella only responded negatively whenever I mentioned about pregnancy. Surely it's not a good conversation topic for her. Enough is enough. This is such a waste of time. I don't want to wait any longer. Why don't you two just get a divorce?
Don't be hasty. We're still in the middle of a conversation. Estella isn't the one who's infertile. Me too. Did I make myself clear to you, Mother? Let me say it once again. I'm also infertile.
What? You too? No way. I'm supposed to have given birth to a perfect son.
Me and Estella wanted to know before we got married, so we both got tested just to be sure. And the results showed that we both had a little bit of a problem. Well, we were told that fertility treatments would help, so we're working on it.
I didn't know anything about that. Since when? When will you two get better?
I don't want you to worry. If I told you, you'd be all over me, wouldn't you, Mom? I decided to give it a go for 2 years, and if I don't see any results, I'll let you know. But Estella was asking me for advice on various things. She confided in me that she was having a hard time emotionally because you kept asking her about the pregnancy. I realized that not talking to you as early as possible was counterproductive. I was going to go over there tomorrow after work and explain everything to you. But as you can see, you're putting pressure on my wife again, so...
It's hard to believe that you're infertile too.
It's true. I'm getting proper treatment now. I just want you to shut up for a while and let us go at our own pace. Will you watch over us?
The longer I watch over you, the older Estella will get. I still think it would be faster to get a divorce.
What? Why?
It's a matter of probability. It can't be helped that you're infertile. You'd better remarry a woman who isn't infertile then. Even if you're going to continue fertility treatment, I think it would be better to get married to a fertile woman. I think the chance of that woman to get pregnant will be much better than Estella. Leave it to me. I can introduce you to a young girl. I just need to have that girl take a fertility test first.
Mom,
Jared, you should do that. Don't let your feelings take over your rational mind. You need to think about the future.
Are you serious? Do you even know what you're saying?
Of course I do. I'm serious. My grandchildren is the top priority. I want to hold my grandchild in my arms as soon as possible. Do you understand me?
I understand.
Well, that's good. That's my son. You're so smart. Then, I'll proceed with the blind date right away. You go ahead with the divorce with Estella as soon as possible.
Divorce is out of the question. My wife is not a child-producing machine. I'm not leaving my wife for a woman I don't even know just for your sake. That's impossible.
What's wrong with you, Jared? You shouldn't speak like that to your mother.
Are you really my mom who gave birth to me?
Jared, what's the matter?
Don't you ever think about how you would feel if someone said the same thing to you?
Huh? But I wasn't infertile.
That's not what I'm saying. The feeling of wanting to conceive a child of someone you love. You understand that, don't you? Estella wants to, but she can't yet. That's enough. I'm not going home anymore.
What? Jared?
When we have a baby, I'll never let you see him or her in person.
Why are you so angry? You don't have to go that far.
I'm blocking you and Estella's doing the same thing, so there's no point in contacting us.
Hey, Jared, wait! When my husband reported this incident to his father, he was very angry and scolded Phoebe for her lack of delicacy. A month later, my husband's request for a transfer was approved and we decided to move. In addition, the good news continued, and thanks to the fertility treatment, I got pregnant. After spending 10 months and 10 days without incident, I gave birth to a healthy baby boy. However, I did not tell my mother-in-law about this. Perhaps she may have heard about it through rumors. Apparently, she has a knot in her head that she thinks that as long as she has a grandson, she can go back to her former relationship. My father-in-law kindly suggested to keep it as a secret because it seems that my mother-in-law doesn't understand that she is the main cause of the problem. My father-in-law sometimes sneaks out to the baby, though it is an hour-and-a-half drive from his house. It will be a little while before my mother-in-law will be able to hold her grandchild in her arms. Kelly, where are you? Are you playing on the computer in your room again? You must be in a good mood, playing all day long. You're a housewife. Don't skip house chores. Your dear husband is working hard outside. Oh, Lavender, I'm not playing games. I'm not at home today. What? Don't tell me you used the spare key to get in again. It's terrible to enter an unattended house without permission. Eddie should have taken that key away from you. How did you get in? It's easy. I just made another key. When did you do that? Even so, I don't think you're allowed to do that. That's not a big problem. It doesn't matter. What on earth are you doing out on a weekday afternoon? You're hiding something, aren't you? You're not having an affair, are you? There's nothing but suspicion. Of course I'm not having an affair. Looks like you've been watching too much drama, Lavender. I'm sorry, but I can't keep texting you. I'm standing on the side of the road and I have an urgent matter to do. Can we talk later? Huh? Even though I still have some more things to tell you? How rude! I really need to go. I'm sorry, but it's about time. I don't have much time. Oh, please don't go into my workroom without permission. I don't want anyone touching anything there. It's locked, but just in case, you could pry it open. Wait, Kelly! I still need to talk to you. Excuse me, Lavender. I'll see you later. Kelly, are you there? I have an important thing to tell you. Good evening, Lavender. What is it this time? You're so impatient, aren't you? I'll get straight to the point. From today on, you're going to live with me. No excuses. You have no choice. What? Why so sudden? You can't just decide something like that on your own. You can't hide it from me. I know. You've been told at the hospital that you're dying, haven't you? I heard about that. What? Me? Dying? Where did you get that from?
I heard you have 3 months to live. Poor unfortunate girl. You know your own life expectancy and yet you got married to my son? It's totally a scam. It's against the common sense. You should have told us before getting married to my son. Looks like my son got married to a woman with a time bomb. Where in the world did you hear about that? You can't fool me. You were at the hospital yesterday. Oh, yes, I just went to visit a friend in the hospital. You're lying. Do you have any friends? You are such an outrageous wife. I'd really like my son to divorce you right now, but it wouldn't be right for the world to see me kicking out my son's wife who's been told that she's dying. But you know, even if you just let me deal with you every day like this, your crime of deceiving and marrying Eddie isn't right. I'll let you atone for your sins. Isn't that a good idea? For the remaining time of your 3 months to live, you must devote yourself to me. I'll have you move in with me starting today. This is no time for leisurely recuperation. I'm not going to put you in the hospital. Well, since you said that so suddenly, it's hard to give you an immediate answer. You must decide right away. Your time is short. Eddie, are you still at work? Do you have a minute? I'm in a bit of trouble.
Hey, what's up?
I don't understand how it happened, but your mother has been saying some strange things to me.
What? Somehow, I have a bad feeling about this. Are you okay?
Don't be surprised of what I'm gonna tell you now, okay? She told me that I have only 3 months to live, and in order to devote the 3 months I have left, she's asked me to move in with her and take care of her starting today.
Huh? I don't think this is something funny. What do you mean by moving in with my mother and taking care of her? Kelly, you just had your health check last month and was told that you are super healthy. I don't think a person as healthy as you has only 3 months to live.
It's just like that. Funny, isn't it? Becoming some sort of slave for your mother for 3 months? It doesn't make any sense at all.
Oh, could it be that thing?
Yes, I was thinking about the same thing. Maybe that's it. Maybe she came into our house without my permission again and was listening to that while I was in my workroom.
I see. Trespassing again. And now she's being paranoid. Oh, gosh.
So, what should we do? Do we have to execute that plan?
I think it's the right time to execute that plan since we're well prepared. Well then, looks like the mission has started.
Roger, see you later then. Kelly, you're always late for everything, aren't you? I haven't received your reply. How long are you going to make me wait? Sorry to have kept you waiting, Lavender. I got a call from someone I know. Hang up the phone right now. Such a phone call. I don't have the whole day for you. So, what's your reply? Okay, I won't be hospitalized. Good. You're being awfully nice. I'll have you work for me every day. You don't have time to get sick. I'll take care of it, but I'll need some time to move in. What? For what? Hurry up! I need to prepare a change of clothes and other personal items. Are you asking me to move in with just the clothes I'm wearing on right now? Your neighbors spread a bad rumor about you if you live with your daughter-in-law who wears the same clothes every day and don't change, right? That's indeed a problem. I have to be considered as a nice person by my neighbors. I know, right? So please give me 3 days. I'll do my best to get ready. I won't embarrass you, Lavender. Also, you have some allergies, right? I'm sure that the house will be covered in dust during this period. You will definitely have a hard time with sneezing and runny nose if I don't clean the house. I definitely don't think it would be a good idea for you to come quickly. I don't have a choice. I don't like dust. So I'll wait until you're ready. Well, 3 days will do. No more than that. Kelly, today's the 3rd day. I'm sure you're ready to go. You should be the one who need to let me know about this before I send you this message. It's already evening, so get your ass over here. Stalling for time won't help. I've left a lot of chores for you to do. If you don't come soon, you'll just get busier. There's a lot of trash all over the house. I'm leaving it all out so that you can have a rewarding time cleaning them. I need you to clean the bathroom, and I need you to wipe the windows and then clean the front door. Cleaning, front door, and the bathroom are the basic chores. And for starters, I need you to make dinner for tonight. I'm starving, so please make it really quick. Before that, I need you to wash the dishes for the next 3 days. So you'll have less time than you think. Oh, and you'll need to buy some groceries too. I want you to make me a steak dinner tonight with the finest beef to celebrate the start of our new life together. Of course, you will pay for all of it. You only have 3 months to live anyway. So what's the point of leaving money behind? Spend all your money on me before you go to heaven. Hello, Lavender. Sorry for the delay in getting back to you. Me and Eddie have arrived at a new place around mid-afternoon. Gosh, what a busy day. What? You're already here? How come I don't see you guys? We're in the middle of unpacking, but we're doing our best. I've been so busy with work that I haven't been able to catch up on cleaning up. I'm working on my computer right now. By the way, we're planning to have Chinese food delivered for dinner tonight. Huh? What are you talking about? I haven't received any of your belongings, and you yourself aren't here yet. Where are you now? Have you gone crazy from the shock of being told that you only have a few months to live? Are you being delusional? Are you okay, Kelly? Kelly! Yes, Lavender, what's wrong? I'm busy, you see. I told you, didn't I? Where are you? I'll have you explain it to me properly. I thought you were just being paranoid and you didn't want to live with me, so I came to pick you up. There's no one in the house. The family next door told me that you moved out this morning. I told you, didn't I? I'm not being paranoid. My brain is still working well. Anyway, me and Eddie finished the move by mid-afternoon. What are you talking about? You think you can just run away like that after what you did? You agreed to move in with me. You said you would live with me, not to be hospitalized. I listened carefully to what you've told me. You know that. Are you being paranoid, Lavender? I told you that I won't be hospitalized, but I don't remember agreeing to live together with you. I never agreed to move in with you. In the first place, I wasn't told by the doctor that I was dying. I'm in perfect health. Huh? No way! That can't be true. I heard that with my own ears. It's useless for you to hide the fact about that. Lavender, you came to my house without permission again and listened to me from the front door of my workroom. That's when you heard someone talking about me having just 3 months to live, right? I can't think of anything else. That's right. You can't get away with it because I heard it correctly. I definitely heard him say that you only have 3 months to live. It sounded like you were talking by using online meeting apps or something. That must have been the doctor or nurse talking to you. Lavender, that's a scenario. You misunderstood because you eavesdropped halfway through the conversation. Huh? Scenario? What do you mean? It involves work, so I can't go into the details even for your sake. You know that Eddie is a scenario writer, right? And that he rents an apartment for work? Yes, of course. Eddie works hard every day, unlike you. He's sensitive, you know. He says it's hard for him to concentrate when he works from home. He's been working that way since he was single and when he was still living at the family home. Yes, and that hasn't changed even now that he's married and living with me. In contrast, I used the other room as my workroom. I don't know how much you understand that. You came without an appointment to interrupt my work, either on purpose or by accident, aiming for the time when I'm alone during the day. Huh? Does that matter still bother you? You're living like a parasite and just pretending to be a housewife. I don't think that you're working. It seems like you don't know anything. It's true, isn't it? You're just staying in your room playing video games or something anyway, aren't you? If you've seen your son, who went on to become a scenario writer from home, you know that you can make enough money from home, don't you? When it comes to my case, who is his wife, you instantly don't understand the matter. Is that intentional? Don't you realize that what you are saying is full of contradictions? What? That's rude. Who do you think you are that you're allowed to talk like that to me? I don't think I can get you to listen to me, so Eddie said that he would explain to you. You guys can talk to each other now. Wait! Kelly!
Hi, Mom. I'll take over from here, so listen carefully.
Eddie, explain to me in detail so I can understand. What on earth is going on? Kelly, who was supposed to have only 3 months to live, is actually in good health. Well, she certainly looks healthy, doesn't she? But I definitely heard the voice saying about her life expectancy from her room, and it sounded so serious.
Kelly told me earlier that you were eavesdropping. That was the scenario I wrote.
Huh?
I wrote the scenario about a woman who only has 3 months to live. It was well written, right? After that, the voice actors record the voice over based on the scenario, and then the video editing process begins. Kelly is the one doing that work. It's quite a tough job, you know?
Well,
I don't know if it's difficult for you to understand, but there's a job called video editing, and that's Kelly's job. Maybe you were eavesdropping on the explicit part where she was watching the video to make sure that everything is in good order. You mistakenly thought it was Kelly who was told about her life expectancy. If you had checked on the spot, this wouldn't have happened.
What did you say?
That's why, Mom. We're going to cut ties with you to protect our lives.
Cut ties with me? Why are you suddenly talking like that? I haven't done anything wrong, have I?
It's not so sudden for me. You know why I didn't work in my room at home when I was single?
You said it was because you couldn't concentrate at home since you're sensitive, right?
I was being nice not to tell you, but the truth is that I couldn't concentrate because you would get in my way.
What? Me? No way, that's...
Mom, no matter how much I say I'm working, you kept coming to my room and talk to me. When I'm writing a scenario, any noise interferes with my work. I can't tell you how many times I've lost my concentration because of you, Mom. If I lose my concentration every single time, I get extra tired and I can't write anything good. It interferes with my work. So I solved the problem by renting an apartment for work and commuting there. I got used to this style, so even after I got married, I selfishly asked Kelly to let me go to the apartment and do my writing as usual. Now you are interrupting Kelly while she's working at home. Do you know how stressful that is?
Well, I thought she was just a housewife.
I explained about Kelly's job to you before we got married, right? I don't think you understood me well enough.
I just thought she quit when you two got married because that's what people usually do, right? I have to ask her to prioritize the house chores.
I told you she'll continue working even after marriage, and she doesn't need to prioritize the house chores. And you're clearly bullying my wife. Even if you misunderstood that she only had a few months to live, you're giving her a hard time.
Well, that's not true. It's a misunderstanding. I mean, a mistake.
Anyway, I'm disappointed at you for hurting someone I care about. Besides, you're messing up our lives and our business. So please stay out of our lives. I don't want you messing up our lives anymore.
No! Wait! Listen to me, Eddie. Then what am I supposed to do now? I'm already divorced from your father. Are you going to abandon your mother, who has to live alone at home?
You don't have to live alone. If you're lonely in the future, I can help you to enter a nursery home or at least help you with the paperwork.
Are you kidding me?
If you don't want to live with strangers, you could always go back to the countryside where your uncle or aunt lives. You're still young enough to work, and if you don't like my suggestion, you can handle everything by yourself. I can't take care of you anymore.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to do either of those things.
And don't call me pretending that it's urgent, okay? If you have to, go through your aunt or uncle. Well, I'm going to cut ties with you, so I'll never see you again. You have to be strong on your own.
No, please don't do that to me. I don't want that. Eddie, don't leave me alone.
Farewell, Mom.
At first, we were just going to move into a slightly larger apartment that we liked. But after Eddie found out that his mother started to bully me after she misunderstood that I was dying, his anger finally exploded. He decided that we should move to a new house that he had rented in advance, and then he declared about cutting ties with his mother. With a deep sigh of relief, he muttered that it was the right decision to move to a distant place. My mother-in-law, who was left behind, spent some time trying to get in touch with Eddie and crying for help to all her relatives. Finally, Eddie's uncle, who is Lavender's younger brother, urged her to return to her hometown. However, this time, the same thing seemed to repeat itself. She was caught snubbing at his nephew's wife, who was living with him, and had to be kicked out of the house after less than a month of living together. She is now living a lonely life in a shabby apartment at a nearby town.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!